We know why we're here. To build a new generation of airplanes to connect the world.
Airplanes that fly cleaner and farther on less fuel.
And make non-stop travel possible to more places.
Around the globe, the people of Boeing are working together to bring us together.
That's why we're here.
You talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
Speaker Pelosi, Patti, Solis, Doyle,
John Edwards,
Bill Richardson,
Charles Rangel, Adam Putnam, Tony Perkins,
Jalal Talabani,
John Corzine, Mike Leavitt.
The president's position on this can be summarized in 3 words. Poor children first. Poor children ought to have health insurance before we begin to focus on adults. They ought to have it before we start focusing on middle-income families.
From my point of view, I hope the Congress overrides the veto. We need new money, $14 billion by most estimates, just to stay even.
The president has already said, I want to compromise. I want to cover poor children first. I want to do it before adults. I want to do it before middle-income children. If it takes more money, we'll put it up, but let's get together.
The cost of living in New Jersey is far higher than it is in other parts of the country, and it seemed reasonable, I think, to both Republican and Democratic administrations to give what they call a waiver.
The president's position is indefensible. I can see why Adam is not in his home district, because throughout these United States, even the Christian right would believe that investing in our young people's health is not only the moral thing to do.
Charlie Rangel presumably has read the bill, he wrote the bill, and he said on the House floor, so what if it's the first step towards socialized medicine? I think that that is an important debating point. But the most important piece is that we should not be shifting funds away from these poor kids who need the coverage.
Well, we're probably down to fewer than 20 that we need now. We need about 14 Republican votes. That's where we are.
I am saying something very different than what Senator Clinton's saying. Senator Clinton has said she will maintain troops inside Iraq and that they will engage in combat missions, I think is her term, inside Iraq. I will not do that. To me, that is a continuation of the war.
What Senator Clinton is talking about is she's cautious. It's a calculating message. I am decisive. I say that I will get all of our troops out, no residual forces, within a year of my presidency.
So my view would be much more optimistic than what our presidential candidates are saying.
More optimistic that you could get them out by 2013.
No, well, we could get them out in large numbers by the end of next year, and that is not contradicted by the leadership of Iraq.
When do you think the United States will begin to start reducing significantly the number of its troops in Iraq? About 160,000 American forces there.
In next year.
When next year?
In the spring of the next year, I think.
Go down.
So I do believe, when I am the Democratic nominee for president, that there is no place in America that I can't go and campaign and help our congressional candidates and help our Senate candidates. I think at the end of the day, it's for voters to determine what impact Senator Clinton would have. But I think there are clear choices between the two of us.
Hillary Clinton could drag down the ticket and endanger a lot of your members.
Members of Congress always run on their own. It's a very singular activity, and they are independent representatives of their districts. And if that is their measure of Congress's performance as the war ended or not, I'm with them. I'm dissatisfied on our ability to end the war.
But as the chairman of the Senate Campaign Committee, Chuck Schumer, called and tried to change your mind?
Well, yes, a lot of other people, but I'm running for president, and I'm going to be the nominee. I'm not running for Senate. I'm not running for vice president. That may be your next question.
But the filing deadline for the Senate race is February 8th. If it's clear by then that you won't be the nominee, will you reconsider, or is your decision final?
No, I'm not going to reconsider. By the time February 8th, I will have won the California, New Mexico, and Arizona primaries.
Did you purposely want to upstage Obama before his big speech yesterday?
Well, we thought that it was a good day to go.
Social conservatives should grow up. I mean,
If they want to rally around somebody, why don't they try that? Huckabee needs support and money now, and if the social conservatives are half as important as they think they are, they would rally around one of these people.
What we said last week was more of a proclamation of principle rather than a declaration of intent. What we said is that if, among all of the options that are available to Republicans, if they advance a pro-abortion rights candidate, we simply cannot go with him.
But every week that goes by where they don't take him down in the national polls, where he plays the expectations game in Iowa and New Hampshire very well, positioning himself to win in the bigger states, every week that goes by they don't take him down, he's a week closer to the nomination.
And his big thing is, forget Iowa and New Hampshire, South Carolina. That's his state.
And he has certain eccentricities, shall we say, that the New York press has highlighted over the last few months. Doesn't seem to be making a dent anywhere else in the country. Why? It beats the hell out of me.
Talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
Brought to you by the Boeing Company.